This is going to be a disassembly video of the Argentine 1891 Mauser rifle. And we'll start off just as usual. Take the gun, clear the gun, make sure the action's empty. And then we're going to remove the bolt using the bolt release on the side. And then we're going to set the bolt and do a separate video on the bolt disassembly. Now, along with your screwdriver set with the proper screw bits, you're going to need a few other items I found. Disassembly on this is a little tricky. I have a pencil here, preferably one with flat sides, that I sawed the eraser, the metal eraser end off, so I have like a wooden dowel or stick, soft wood. Screwdriver, you're going to need some Scotch tape and a clamp, preferably one like this with very soft plastic jaws. This is a plastic clamp with soft plastic jaws, something non-marked. Okay, and then we'll start. So first of all, we got the bolt out of the gun. And then we're going to start down here on the other end. What we're going to do is get the barrel bands off first. Okay, first thing we got to do is unscrew. We got the bolt out. We're going to unscrew and remove the cleaning rod. Now this is important that you do this first, because I have another rifle. I think someone tried taking it apart without doing this. Because the cleaning rod in this area here, what we're going to have to do is depress this metal, we call it a spring retainer spring, to get this front guard off. Now the problem is, this thing I found, you can see somebody was banging on this, and there's, we'll zoom in. This thing here, it's barrel band spring or whatever it's called. It's awful difficult to press down all the way. Now if you press down all the way on this forward guard with bayonet lug should just slip right off. But there's already a dent here. You can see where somebody was banging on this. So I've run into a little trouble with this. So what I've come up with is I take the pencil, saw the eraser end off. And like I said, one with the flats on it. Put that on the spring there, and because you need 3 hands to do this, I take a little tape, just regular Scotch tape, and try to tape that down and hold it in place over the top of that. And you want to kind of get that pencil up there as close as you can, and then tape it. Tape it down. My Scotch tape's going to act up on me now. To hold it in place. Okay? And once you got that done, take our clamp. Now see, this is problematic. Holding the rifle, take the clamp and start applying pressure and depress that. It's kind of tricky. I'll get this lined up again. We'll give it another try. Okay, with your pencil taped up against the barrel band, or the spring, you try to get this clamp down as square as you can get it, and apply pressure with this clamp, and just keep going. You see this one here, this is tough. I've had other guns that wasn't this problematic, but this one, just there we go. And now the barrel band comes off. You release it. As you see, it's spring loaded, and this tab here catches inside the band. So now I'm going to remove the pencil and that we're going to go about. That's the trickiest part of this. This one's tough, and I've seen guns where this got damaged because people are trying to force it. And the cleaning rod does go in there and prevent this from being depressed. Okay, once you get this apart, you'll see that. So the cleaning rod must come out. Okay, now we got the front band off. This one's a little easier. Zoom in properly. You just depress this one and slide it off. Like this. Off the end of your gun. And it gets hung up on this thing here, so be careful and just press it gently and off that. Okay, now like I said, this hand guard is put on weird. So just leave the hand guard alone right now. Don't touch it. There's wire holding it in there. So now we're going to go and take the action out. Okay, now the barrel bands are off. Now we just got the, we're going to take the guard screws out. And there's 2 screws. Actually, there's a 3rd screw. And this device somehow is involved with the magazine. Some of these will have this, some won't. So what we're going to do is take out the guard screws and try to get the action loose from the stock. Now these, they're in good shape. They're a real tight fit, so you have to be careful. That's why you might need your rubber mallet. Alright, that one just pops out. And we'll take the trigger guard, magazine unit, and there's this other screw here. We'll take this all apart in a little bit. We'll take that, set it aside. Now, should be able to free the action from the stock. So you got your stock, set that aside, and now we have the barreled action with the hand guard on there. Okay, and if you notice, there we go, it just came off. But how this is on, I'm going to zoom in and show you. It's kind of strange. I don't know if you can see it. There's little copper wires here that were like, one time twisted on, but I didn't do that, so we'll just gently take this off because it's kind of frail. And you see the little wires that hold that on there, and there's a corresponding, these little grooves here on the stock. If you can look inside, there's little grooves in there where that wire goes down into there. So that's something you got to be kind of careful. It's a very delicate little thing. I don't know if this wire was drawn up, twisted at one time. It looks it, but we're just going to set it aside for now. Now we'll take a look at the, so now you got your barreled action. You know, you can clean it, oil it, and that, you know, you got your spring-loaded trigger in there. You want to clean all the grease off. There's probably a couple pins that you could drive out if you want. I believe it's a pin that holds the bolt release mechanism. You know, unless you have to get in here and take these out and clean them, because they're small pins, you got to drift them out, it's spring-loaded, it'd be kind of difficult to get them back in again. So for right now, that's about as far as you should go as disassembling the action. It's pretty basic, pretty simple, can clean up pretty easy. Now we'll take a look at the trigger guard and magazine.